I made this delicious chicken gyros without using a rotisserie. It's incredibly easy to do and no specialist equipment is required. Let me show you how I did it. For this I'm using skinless boneless chicken thighs, this time from Tesco, as chicken thighs are far superior to chicken breast. I'm actually mixing up 2 kilograms worth, but I'm going to freeze half of it for another day. I'm going to give them a good coating and a dash of olive oil, and this is just going to help my seasoning stick. First off, we're going in with a trusty bit of SPG, or salt, pepper and garlic rub, just equal parts salt, pepper and garlic granules. Now for the main spice, I'm using Anna and Claire's Gyros spice mix. Now I happen to have this in the cupboard because my mum bought it for me, but if your mum's not as nice as mine, and she might not be, then just follow the recipe on screen and knock yourself up a batch. And once that's all nicely mixed in, you just want to cover it in cling film and put it into the fridge. Now you can do this same day and just give it a couple of hours, but really for best results, put it in overnight. And you can have some well-earned rest. And when you and your meat are both well rested, it's time to take it out of the fridge and put it on your skewers. Now, as I said, this kebab is not being done on a rotisserie, but I am using the skewers from my rotisserie after it broke. This is just a handy little spike, but any spike will do. You could even just use the wooden ones you use for toasting marshmallows, just soak them in a bit of water first. All we're going to do is put the central spike straight through the chicken thigh, and as I have these outside spikes, I'm just going to spike it onto those, but you really don't need to do this bit. As you can see, the chicken thigh meat is a bit of a rectangle, so when I put my second one on, I'm just going to put it 90 degrees to the first one. And then I just keep repeating this process until I have a nice tower of chicken. It doesn't really make a difference how much chicken you've got or how big or small your chicken thigh pieces are, just follow this method each time. And once you've built your tower of chicken to your desired height, you have a kebab that is ready to be cooked on the barbecue. That is, if it ever makes it there. Nah, it's okay, she's a good dog. So it's time to get this kebab onto the barbecue. Now I'm using my Traeger pellet smoker for this cook, but really any lidded barbecue will do. The key is to have it on an indirect heat, so not directly above any coals, and have the barbecue running at 180 degrees Celsius. Now this particular kebab, which is about 1 kilogram's worth of chicken thigh, took about 2 hours to reach temperature. Now all meat cooks at different speeds. The key is to cook it to an internal temperature of 70 degrees Celsius. Now chicken isn't officially safe to eat until it hits 73.5 degrees Celsius, but with a 20-minute rest time, it'll come up a few degrees and be perfectly safe to eat. Now as you can see, this piece of chicken has been smoked beautifully. And while it's having its 20 minutes rest, we can knock out some sides. Start off by just slicing up some red onion, some vine ripened tomatoes, a pot of tzatziki, a pot of aioli for that one awkward person that doesn't like tzatziki, and a bowl of chips that I completely forgot to film. And with that all prepped, it's time to do some flatbreads. I'm just using these Greek-style flatbreads that I got from Aldi. Now you can grill these, but honestly I just put a little bit of water over them and shove them in the oven on 200 for about 2 minutes. They always turn out great. And now the chicken has had its full 20 minutes rest time, it's time to slice. Slicing into a kebab like this is one of my favourite things to do, so I usually like to do this at the table in front of guests. Just hold it up with one hand over the bowl that you're slicing into and slice it off in chunks about 1 centimetre thick. Gives you this great cross-section view that you usually see in a chip shop or something. And then you're left with a bowl of absolutely delicious, succulent chicken gyros. Now I highly recommend at this point grabbing a few pieces. You're the chef, you deserve it. So with all the ingredients gathered, we're ready to build up some flatbreads. Starting off with your fresh out the oven flatbread, put a layer of red onion, some tzatziki, the aforementioned unfilmed chips, couple of slices of fresh tomato, and then some perfectly cooked chicken gyros kebab. This is the exact way I had it when I was on holiday in Greece, and just tasting this thing takes me straight back there. If you haven't had chicken gyros before, you absolutely have to. This is absolutely delicious. And as you've seen, super simple to do, even if you haven't got a rotisserie. If you found this video helpful, then please check out my channel. I've got loads of really easy to follow barbecue recipes. Thanks for watching.